Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark Christmas movies.
Hi, I'm Brian. I like Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Dan. I despise Hallmark Christmas movies, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast. No, it isn't.
That's not it.
Man.
Deck the Hallmark's produced by Aaron Shea.
It's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Oh, boy. What a start we're off to today.
Guten Tag.
You did the best you could
With what I had. That's
know?
exactly right. Yeah.
Right.
Hello, everybody. You might notice my eyes are looking a little bit
bit
better. For
better.
those of you that are watching on Philo.tv.
You sound worse, though, Brand.
Somehow it's, we're going the wrong way.
The eyes have nothing to do with this.
That's
This
right.
is its
The
own
eyes and the
thing.
voice, separate things. I will say this. In the intro, if you noticed a distinct pause by Brian Harold, he was in his head.
Yeah.
In real time, debating over German accent or no.
I was.
He was, because he's been doing it all morning.
Yeah.
And he was debating in his head, should I go for it?
You didn't do it?
No, I
Or
didn't.
should I
Why
not
didn't you
go
do
for
it?
it?
To conform.
Why didn't you do it?
For conformity.
Brand didn't do it, so he just stuck out like a sore thumb.
Consistency, yeah.
Now,
Consistency.
Brand, you took German in high school,
You
so
sure
you
did.
know
I
your
did.
stuff
Let's hear
here.
it.
I was a part of the German Honor Society. Yes, sir.
That's right, GHS, baby.
That's exactly right. I had a rope around my graduation gown. You know, you get like rope. You get cords.
It's a cord. A chord is what it is. You can't say you just,
Get a rope
yeah,
around
sure.
her.
Great.
What? There's no difference between a rope and a cord.
It's a cord on a graduation rope, for sure.
Oh my gosh, come on. Are you really going to do this right now?
It's not a rope. It's a cord.
I wouldn't know. I've never had
A rope
either.
is someone that didn't graduate high school. That's what they would say it is. Like, you know, like a robe with one of them ropes on it.
We don't say cord around here when talking about rope.
We say chord.
No. Yes, we say chord. Cords are like this, like the things that are plugging
in,
into
It's a cord,
right?
Brand. I'm just
A
letting you know
rope.
that's what it is.
I'm just telling you that this is the problem, Dan. No change ever happens if we just keep letting it go.
We keep
We just
waiting,
keep calling,
waiting
we
for
keep
the world to
calling it
change.
cord. Yes, we keep calling it cord, expecting it to one day become
Plug
a
in.
rope, which it
It
is
not,
already.
it's a cord.
It's a rope already.
Yes.
We're talking about a Heidelberg holiday, everybody, which is very exciting. Brian, have you ever been to Germany?
No, unfortunately.
Brand, you ever been to Germany?
I've not been to
You
Germany.
want to ask me now?
I had an opportunity to go to Germany because I was a part of the German Honor Society, of course.
GHS.
But I did not go. It was going to cost too much money.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Unfortunate.
Dan, did you go?
No, I did not. Thank you for asking,
Glad we
though.
did that.
Appreciate
Aaron,
that.
have you
Yep.
been to
Aaron,
Germany?
you've been to Germany.
Producer Aaron?
She
No,
has the
it's a
best
no.
shot out of any of us.
She
She's
did.
been over
She
there.
studied abroad.
Been around.
That's
Been
right.
around Germany.
Not in
She's
Germany.
protested Germany.
Germany.
That's right. Yeah.
The one thing that I will say that I learned from this movie is that I should do all of my mail through the German postal service, which is actually really encouraging because I'm always kind of, confused, like who's the best to go with. Can you send stuff through the German mail?
No, not in
here?
America,
Oh.
Brand. That wouldn't make any sense at all.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, then
thanks.
how is she supposed to send it through that?
I think the U.S. Postal Service would partner with the German Post if you sent it from here to Germany. If you use some fly-by-night carrier, then they are on their own.
Like Christmas
Right?
Island Post.
Yeah. Like
Christmas
that.
Island Post. That's exactly
Like
right.
that, for instance. Yes.
Hey guys, what are you doing? You got any big plans this weekend? Downtown Greenville, alive and
Yeah,
well?
the
It's
skating
beautiful
rink
out
is
there.
down there.
Can't wait to check that
Weekend
out.
before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
I like that.
We're
I like
we're
that
a mere
lot.
3 weeks away from us being at the Greenville Poinsettia Parade. That's what's really happening.
Sneaking up on us.
I mean,
Very
the
exciting.
tree is up in downtown
The tree is
Greenville.
up. I think they'll light it the weekend after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the
I'm sorry,
Friday
first
before
weekend
the
of December,
parade,
yeah.
from what I understand.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
December
that's exactly
1st.
right.
Yeah. So that's
Very
exciting. You need to
exciting.
come visit our town, is what we're trying to
That's
say.
what we're trying to say.
That's all we're trying to say.
You
That's
can
all
come
we're
say hey
trying
to
to
us
say.
at the parade.
The post office is pretty good here too.
The post office is
if
solid
That's
here.
what you're.
Aaron would disagree.
I've had a
Aaron would
lot of
disagree.
great experiences at the post office. They know me up there. It's always wonderful and expedient. Whenever Aaron goes, it's a complete disaster.
This is the opposite.
Aaron
of
is Aaron is like assimilated great into Southern culture, aside from post offices and drive-thrus.
Drive-thrus, yeah.
It is drive-thrus are kicking her tail.
They're
She
like
has no
5-0.
chance in a drive-thru. She comes back like she just went to war.
They're
We just
undefeated
needed
against
3
her.
Cajun filet biscuits. Aaron
Can't
went
do
to
it.
speak a foreign language to people through a microphone, and it did not go well.
It's great. Someday we'll have her state her.
That's right.
Defend herself.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no defending.
All-
Yeah, she says that's accurate. She's not.
There's
that is-
nothing. There's nothing we can do. It's confusing when they start asking you like, "What sauce do you want?"
plate or platter.
You want
When
honey
they ask
mustard?
what
He said what's
when you ask what sauce you want, and then they say honey mustard, and that's too much.
Well, that's
too
because
much.
there's a hot honey mustard. There's a toss.
I was looking at it.
We
I
can't-
I ordered it.
What do you
Aaron is-
mean?
Yeah, what do you mean honey mustard?
What do you mean honey mustard?
Yeah.
Call me
Would
honey?
you guys like to talk about
It never happens when I
Heidelberg
go through the
holiday?
drive-thru. Is all I'm saying. Yeah, Heidelberg holiday.
Yep.
I would love to talk about
Can
it.
we?
Heidel-
Please.
Dunkel?
Heidelberg Holiday originally aired on November 12th, 2023, and it went a little something like this. Glass blowing alert!
Aaron
Glass
Shea.
blowing alert, everybody! We've got a glass blowing alert. Call your parents. Call your uncles. We got glass blowing.
Glass blowing like-
I'm Italian. That's a German movie. Don't Shane.
Boy, we have lost our way quick.
Glass blow.
Beat the ball.
Every year Heidi applies for the Heidelberg Christmas Festival, and every
some
year
respect.
she gets rejected, but she holds on to those rejection letters for motivation. It's Thanksgiving Day, and she gets a big call. Somebody has dropped out of the festival. Heidi Heidelberg is going to Heidelberg, everybody. Get ready. This is exciting. Her grandma gives her some papers that basically say, here are some things that you got to do. When I was a kid, these are the things that I love doing. Go check these things out. So the shipping for ornaments was going to be way too much. So the shipping guy was like, hey, you should check out the other UPS. Not the UPS you know, but the other one. They're going to be way cheaper. So she's like, okay, I guess so. So she does, and she heads on her way. Getting around Germany is more confusing than she thought it was going to be. And she ends up walking a very far distance up a hill to get to the family friend that she is staying with. A hunk named Lucas ends up helping her with her bag. And the good news is they're staying at his parents' house. So they're going to get to know each other real good. She spends the evening getting to know the family and their traditions, and the next day, Lucas helps set her up at the market, and she learns that the German art of not giving a flying F. Basically, at these markets, you just don't show up, and that's the way to sell your stuff. She leaves her booth constantly and keeps making sales, which is great news, except her shipment is stuck in Iceland. That dang UPS, not that UPS. To get her mind off of that, Lucas shows her all of the big old buildings, and they say goodnight with a double cheek kiss, everybody. It's customary, you perverts. It's nothing. It's all above board.
No one thought anyone was a pervert.
It felt like you did.
Did before.
They celebrate St. Nicholas Day together, and they go on more walks. They do as little work as possible, living apparently the German dream. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's showing her all the things her grandma told her to go see, which brings them to the Christmas Bridge at nighttime. I don't know if it's called the Christmas Bridge, but I'm calling it that. And they kiss. Real lip ones now, you perverts. Things keep coming up aces, and she sells out of all of her ornaments on pre-sale alone because they haven't shown up yet. And he makes her this amazing woodworking piece. It's like he carves out wood and makes it into a thing, and it looks good. And the family brings a Christmas tree a week early by their tradition, but a week late by her tradition. So that's called compromise, everybody. Her ornaments finally show up, and all of the boxes are just smashed. And she opens it up, and the ornaments are broken. So she decides that she's going to leave, but then inspiration hits and she starts putting the broken ornaments onto the cool woodworking piece and kind of gives it this like cool look, I guess. So they make a ton of these pieces and they get invited to come back next year to the Heidelberg holiday thing as a team. They kiss to celebrate because you gotta. They have just one piece left and grandma shows up and says, I'll take it. They go back to the family house. They kiss some more. And that, my friends, was
a
Heidelberg holiday.
Sort of did it.
We did it. It snuck up on me, Bran. Yesterday was better.
Yeah, no, sorry. The problem was apparently at some point my microphone was on and it started to transcribe. So I have back at the family house and they kiss some more. And then a line underneath of this says, no more about, I know more about Boot Boot. And I realized on the fly, that's not a part of the synopsis.
The ending, you went real quick. I was expecting it to be like invited back next year and there was a little bit more there, but I'm it's the good news is Deck the Hallmark's produced by Aaron Shea. So at the end of the day, we'll clean it up in post. Don't worry.
And I know more about Boot Boot, so I don't know what to tell you.
That's right.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll break this movie down with 4 segments here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Perverts.
We're back.
We're
We are
back.
back.
Just because you're doing a thing doesn't mean you get to say
You're on
it.
a delay. It doesn't make sense for you to say it. I'm going to hit this again. You ready for this?
Okay, all right.
We're back. See how you like me now? I can mute you too. What are you gonna do about it, B?
No.
What are you gonna do about it,
Man.
Cardi B? Nothing. Nothing.
You're so
with your pink eye
mean.
self. I control the board. I control the world.
Board seats.
Wow.
Wow. Give them a
Oh,
little
man.
power.
Wow. Oh, and now we're on Brian. This is nice. This is
I'll
the
mute
show
you.
right
I'll
here.
mute you.
We're in cahoot. There are
Yeah.
clear lines
More
here.
people listen to this audio than video.
People are taking sides in the office.
Check it out, philo.tv/DTH.
This is a mess. God forbid you ever get your hands on a nuclear code.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Let's get to the hot take. It got dark real fast.
God
we're gonna
forbid
start
I'm
hot take.
president of the United States, basically, is what you said.
Basically,
Fascinating.
or you to get the nuclear codes in a heist.
Yeah, in a heist, we steal them.
Or you win them in a contest.
You win them in a contest.
Yeah.
They're up for grabs in a
Should we
contest.
I won the
I didn't
cake.
know.
I won the cakewalk, and it wasn't in the cake. There was there were nuclear codes. I just was trying to go to the Fall Fest, and then my square was called, and there were nuclear codes in
You
the
could
cake.
probably,
There's nothing I can do about
Just
that.
put them on like the marketplace and see if anybody else
Yeah.
wants them.
Dude, how great are cakewalks?
They're the worst. They make no sense at all.
What's a cakewalk?
You don't know what it is?
You walk
That's a
around-
Southern thing. I knew it was a Southern thing. You walk. There are a
You
bunch
walk
of
around-
squares with numbers, and you walk. The music plays, and you walk from one square to the next one until the music stops, and then they draw a number out of the hat. And if you're standing on the number that they call, you win a home baked cake from someone.
Oh,
now,
my Lord.
could they have just drawn names?
Yeah,
Yes,
give it
they
away.
could have.
You have to
Could
walk
they have
around.
bought store-bought cakes? Yes, they
No,
could have.
no.
But this is a tradition unlike any other at a fall fest in South Carolina.
Wow.
Yeah, you do them in the Midwest
It's a-
too. Great, I'm seeing that in the chat.
man.
It's a bizarre
BrambleJamPlus.com.
tradition, but I love it. As long as you're like one of the first to win, because you get your pick of the cake.
Oh, you do? Oh,
Yes,
you
pick of
win.
the cakes.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's a little better.
So, but if you get down and you get some weird cakes,
yeah.
And
towards
then
the
someone
end
may
there,
slip
so
the nuclear codes in there. You don't know. That's right.
You don't know.
Cakes in a
They
briefcase,
heisted.
nuclear football, cakes on top.
Is
That's
it
wild.
cake?
That's right.
Probably gives it away at that point. Yeah.
Is this cake?
Yeah.
Let's get to the hot take. Let's start with Brian. Brian, what do you think of the Heidelberg holiday?
Yeah, Heidelberg holiday, a good one. I could definitely
A good one.
A good one. I could definitely have used more Germany. I could have used specifically more German markets and twist my arm, give me more German markets at nighttime.
Yeah.
I was under the impression we'd spend a lot of time walking around at night. Like I was talking with producer Aaron yesterday. I'm like, if they had just shown the two walking around a market at nighttime with just some Christmas music and they're just eating for 45 minutes, I would have been fine with that. Like I'm all in on that. That's what I just want to see it. I just want to feel.
What do you mean you were under the impression we were going to get more of that?
I was
it promised
He
to
gets
you?
some sort of newsletter that we're not aware of.
I create a newsletter I send to myself about what I'm going to get. And
That's right.
I just go all in on that.
It's going to be nighttime Christmas market walks.
Yeah.
Right.
It was some.
But it wasn't.
But I wanted more. The miscommunication, I realized, like, miscommunication due to language barrier works for me almost every time.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so great. And I don't think it's lazy. I don't think it's overdone. I think it's just a really funny thing. As long as you just don't go use it as just because you can. Like, when it's a really important part of moving things along, I think that works really great. The not typical conflict here was probably my favorite part. The fact that he wasn't the reason she got upset. Like, it was an external conflict, not an interpersonal conflict. I feel like that's kind of like become more of the reasoning behind the conflict here. We're not doing, like, he's not keeping a secret from her. He's not doing something that she gets upset about with him. It's something outside of them, and they have to work together to get past it. That works so much better. We're seeing that more and more, and I really like that here. She got really upset. I thought the American was going to come out of her, and she was going to be like, I hate your stupid culture.
Yeah.
I hate all your stupid working shop. Like, you don't have a real job. That didn't happen. Phew.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Dodge that bullet.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
We need that heat. So, really, really good. I would watch this again. My wife wouldn't stop talking about the lead guy. I was, like, getting really paranoid. I'm like, what are you seeing? And I'm like, he's great. He was awesome. But I guess he was a big deal in this to the lady,
to the lady,
the lady next to me. So I had a really good time overall with this, and I would definitely watch this again.
There you have it, Bran.
Yeah, I loved this movie. I loved the family. I just thought this family was so much fun, and I loved that we got to see, like, different traditions within the German culture. I thought that was really cool. I thought we got to see a good bit of Germany personally. I felt like it was a good amount, because sometimes with these tourism movies, you either get, almost, in my opinion, like too much, like it's all based on, hey, like, look at this scenery, isn't it beautiful? And then, like, why did we even go there? And this one, I felt like it actually landed kind of in the middle, which I appreciated. I thought these two leads were just adorable together. There were multiple times that they, like, would, like, the way that when she goes inside and she sees the place that she's staying for the first time, and, like, he's already walked away, and she just goes, "It's so cute," and he looks around behind him and smiles. Loved it. And weirdly enough, we poo-poo. I did get word I'm not allowed to say the S word today.
Good. We cleaned that up. Phew. Don't need that heat either.
Oh.
We poo-poo on the artwork within
anyway.
Hallmark movies all the time, and rightfully so. When someone paints something in these movies, typically it's a disaster. I thought both of the art pieces, like, I thought the ornaments were really cool, and I thought the way that she added the glass to his thing was really cool. So
I agree there. I want to let you know. We'll save it.
Lots to like for me, and lots of kisses. Lots of kisses in this movie, both on cheek and on lip. You perverts. So big fan for Brandon. It's going to be up there. So for me, pretty good weekend this week.
The only person that thinks someone here is a pervert is someone that says on cheek and lip.
I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah, my goodness. I would like to nominate this movie as best Hallmark movie to fall asleep to. And that is not as much.
It's not an insult, right?
It's not as much of an insult as you think it is. This does elevate a lot of what we normally get from a Christmas movie that's also supposed to be scenic. I think Jenna Claire Mason especially is really good in the movie. I like their relationship. I think you get an evolution in their relationship that isn't just we met each other and then all of a sudden we're just gaga for each other. There is like an arc to their relationship. What you said about him not being the problem was really good. I do think it starts off really strong and kind of lulls you to sleep with really beautiful scenery. And I wasn't, by the end of the movie, I wasn't champing at the bit to see if these two ended up together. I was just kind of cozy. And I don't think that's a bad thing. It's not what I want, but it's not a bad thing. I also think, and this is where you might get mad at me, and that's fine, I just had zero sympathy for her art getting broken. You made the choice to do something really stupid. You have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I understand it costs money, but we run a small business and you have to make a decision that makes the most sense, not financially, just sense in general. And when she ships her stuff that early, that gun has to go off later in the movie. And it does so to such a stupid effect. That was the big hang up for me. The family dynamic is fun. Germany looks beautiful. The leads are great. It gets cozy and then it gets kind of just sleepy, boring to me. But the plot point of I decided to use a fifth-rate company to ship my priceless ornaments, it's just on her. I just found myself going, all these people ordered ornaments and they may get them in a year. And she's mad about this when she did it herself. And I guess I needed to search my heart and find more sympathy there. I just didn't have any. And that took away from me. Having said that, it will be in my top 5. Not been a great year. The leads are good. The scenery's good. Definitely going to be in my top 5. I have waffled on where to put it. It's not at Santa Summit. It's right in the Where Are You Christmas, Mystic Christmas level. It's those two and this one are my top 4, I think. So
I'll take that.
So there's good to be had here. It's just not my thing overall. By the end of it, I was happy it was done. So there's that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan. You like the movie. It's time for all the feels. This is where we talk about what in this movie gave us those feels. Brian.
Yeah, when he brought in the ornaments that he salvaged from the boxes that were destroyed, in times of tragedy, we all know this. You look for the helpers. The great German philosopher said that.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
So he went through the box.
I believe that was Dietrich Bonhoeffer, if I'm not mistaken.
The third.
The third, yes, correct. Yeah.
So he went through. He went through the shards, if you will. Real close there. Yeah. He went through all those pieces. He found the ones that were left that were intact, and he brought them. And that was so sweet and so nice. And also, there was a Ninjago reference, a cultural reference.
That's right.
My kids freaking love Ninjago, and so I was surprised about it. And I told them about it, and they were excited. And so that was a really cool moment too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My feels was just that I feel like Germany, they do Christmas right. They do it, one, obviously beautiful, festive, but also everything, and maybe this was just a movie, maybe this isn't the way that it is, but everything felt very intentional. I love the slowing down. It's one of the things that I love about Hanukkah is that every night you're getting together as a family and there's something to that and just the intentionality behind it. And so doing that with the Advent candles in this movie, I thought was really beautiful. And obviously when they brought in the Christmas tree and it's hey, we usually put this up a little bit later, but you already have it up. So we're going to go ahead and bring it in. Thought that was really nice. A little tip of the hat to you.
I thought for sure he was going to weasel a Christmas morning podcast reference in
some
there.
way. I mean, that's still on the air from what we understand. Correct?
Yeah. And also very intentional. Yes.
So I guess my feels was my opinions of the temperament of a standard German citizen is just incorrect. I've taught about a dozen German students, interacted with 25 or 30 German parents, and typically very talk a lot about process and efficiency and craftsmanship, which they do in this movie. But in this movie, the German population was very just laid back and go with the flow and just leave your booth unattended. And I like both of those things. I like efficiency and craftsmanship and doing things right, and also taking a breath. And so I'm assuming the culture is somewhere in between these two ideas that I had. But in my head, I'd never experienced this part of German culture, and I felt like the movie did a good job of showing it. And so that was nice.
That was really nice of you to say that, man. Dan. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back.
I did not
we'll come back when we'll get to the. Okay, he liked the movie. The way one and the what the Hallmark on the other side of the break. Until then, Dan liked the movie. Let's go.
The Hallmark.
Take the Hallmark. We're back.
We're back. Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about a Heidelberg holiday. Man, let's get to the wait what. I don't know how much there is to find here. Let's find out, Brian.
Not too many. But I think if you are shipping your livelihood,
I mean, I can't.
Your hopes and dreams.
This alone makes this not a top 3 movie.
Yeah,
for me. I don't know what to tell you.
There's no reason.
And she is devastated when she sees these boxes stomped on the ground. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
What did she expect?
You would take out a loan before you did that. You would put it on a
100%.
credit
Can I
card
be honest
before
with
you
you?
did that.
The way that the guy at this establishment was talking about the other UPS, I thought that there was going to be an element of Christmas magic behind
Me
it.
too. Me too.
I like, he's like, there's another UPS. A couple things here. One, if you work for a shipping company, you're not going to recommend any other shipping company. Yeah. It's just not how that works. But two, there's another UPS. Like, probably not. Right. So that's the way that he was talking about it was like wink, wink. I thought like Santa was going to bring him in on Christmas Eve or something like that. So that was a little bit of a disappointment for me that it was just like, no, it literally what they say it is what it is. And it's garbage.
So the only two things it could have been were Christmas magic or he is shipping them without some of the regulations on his own and he's pocketing the money. Right. And that's what I took it as. Regardless, like it's not like you're shipping your luggage on Spirit Airlines. That's not like if you lose your luggage, okay, whatever, you lost your luggage. You've been waiting for this opportunity for, based upon our workshop, a decade. Yep. You get the opportunity. If it goes well, you're going to make a lot of money and have a cultural experience that'll last you years and years and years.
Her dream.
You can't do it wrong.
That's right.
You can't say, well, we'll just take it to chance. Her parents would have her grandma probably would have given her the money.
100%.
I just like, and in the comments, Bramble Jam Plus, Lisa Ferrone's like, yeah, Elizabeth and Martin handle our shipping. She's right. We're very fortunate to have those people. And when they couldn't do it to Florida and we were trying to go to Florida to sell merch, do you know what we did? We rented a car, put it all in the back of the truck and drove it down ourselves. Like
and we made Hannah watch it the whole ride.
That's right. The whole in the back. Yeah. We just like put a bunch of bungees around him. We were like, watch it. Like this alone makes this movie not top 3. I don't know what to like. I'm sorry. Like it can be as charming as you want it to be. Like this plot made me wish for a plot where she got mad at him. Yeah. Like it was so unfortunate that they kind of shoehorned that in there.
That was. And I thought my take on it was Doug, who is that worker, was that he was like doing his own shipping. Like
that's right.
Said,
yes. Like, on the side. He was making it up as he went along. Yes.
So you just can't, nobody would do that. So that was just a huge thing. When all that went down, when her ornaments were broken and all that, did she just commandeer his carvings? Like, did she see them in a drawer and was like, oh, give me those? Like, I didn't, are you sure? She asked? Aaron said she asks.
The one that he gave her, she did it. She showed him.
Yeah.
And then they had this conversation like, oh, do you like it? And then he pulls out the drawer.
Yeah, and they do it together.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I thought that he pulled it out and she just started taking and she was just like I'm going to do this. Okay, so I missed that little tiny tidbit. So that's a good thing, I guess, because
this whole scene,
she just started taking them.
Wait, what? Turn good thing. Sound the horn.
And the ornaments didn't really have that kind of colored glass in them.
At all.
Yeah. So
it was so stupid.
I don't know where they got all that colored glass, but it wasn't from her ornaments.
I could not. I was just sitting there going, one. How insulting is it for an artist to spend their life and their livelihood like blowing glass, making a perfect ornament, taking hours and hours, and then for her to pick up pieces of glass that weren't from her ornaments and just like basically like elementary school craft something together and be like, this is just as like artistically great. And it wasn't even from her ornaments. Yeah. That was tough too. Yep. Real bad.
That's
I liked it.
Yeah, of course you did.
I thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
I thought it looked cool. One, if I get to a place and I don't know where I'm supposed to be, I get out of the Uber or whatever, and I realize I'm gonna have to walk up a big hill. I'm calling another Uber. Like, that's just the type of person I am. Yeah. I'm not walking it. Like, you realize pretty quickly the way that the number system works over in Germany. Just call another Uber. No big deal. No harm, no foul. My only other one is when they were when they decide the whole family's going to get together and put the glass on the thing or whatever, they bring the kids into the mix. They say, hey, kids,
grab that glass.
Grab some shards. Let's go.
Pick through the broken glass all willy-nilly and get me the real good ones.
Get in there real good.
Can you imagine, Dan, you getting your kids and my kids together, and the art project for today is just to go through glass?
It would be glass. The entire craft would just be like blood stained. Unbelievable.
That's why the glass was colored.
Yeah, there it is. Of course.
Dan?
I hate to ever bring child acting into the mix, but I don't think that this is on the kids. I think the kids were fine as actors. But what was evidently apparent is they could only find exactly one child that spoke both German and English, and they had two boys in this story, because you hear that the dad is American, but they've lived their whole life in Germany, and the mom is German, and the oldest boy speaks, and it is a perfect combination of those two. The eldest boy speaks, and you're like, yes, this kid is German, has lived in Germany, but also speaks fluent English. And then the second kid is basically Ricky Bobby's child. He is basically Southern. Like, he is full American, doesn't speak any German, never speaks it in the movie. It's obvious that they didn't have another bilingual kid, and that's fine. That's a tough someone to find for your movie.
I think what you have to do in that situation where you have an American dad and you have to pick a kid.
Yes, you have to pick one.
Yeah, that stays American.
That's right. That stays American.
Likes the cakewalks.
Yeah, well, true story. No one cares but me. But director Christopher Nolan, his brother Jonathan Nolan, his parents got divorced. Jonathan moved with his dad, I believe, to Chicago. So Jonathan sounds American. Chris stayed with his mom in London, sounds British.
It's probably a choice.
Yeah.
They had to decide.
But in this movie, it's like clear this kid speaks both, lives in Germany, and then the other kid is like apple pie, hot dog, chocolate chip cookie, yay, go me, America. Like, clearly not at all German. And that's unfortunate. We still haven't figured out how to use Google Translate on our phones when we get to new countries. And for the life of me, I don't understand that. I appreciate the fact that you love a mix up based upon language, but she's in a cab. Just let your phone say it. Let your phone say the thing you want it to say. That's how people get around. She's capable of doing that. I don't understand why she's not doing it. At the beginning of this movie, they bring out a turkey. It's Thanksgiving. And I am already not a big turkey guy. This turkey looks so dry. It looks bone dry. I got unhungry just looking at the turkey.
It's disrespectful to turkey.
Yeah. And it's disrespectful to turkey in general. Gobble, gobble.
Yeah.
And
Gobble.
that is, and also I just want to reiterate one more time, the concept piece that she makes when all of her ornaments are ruined sucks. It's not good. And for the record. And
the record show.
And that is not an acceptable replacement for ornaments that took her days and days, weeks and weeks to make by hand.
Imagine you get that in the mail. You ordered an ornament and you get this thing you have to just stick
I
on
would
the
have been
wall.
no. You got to give refunds. She emailed them. That's true. She emailed.
She did let them know.
They cover that in the. No, I never said that as a wait. What?
No, right.
They cover that in the movie, and the thing that bothered me is that
I'd be too nice to say no.
All of those pre-orders came in, and you have the choice to wait basically 12 months or get this new piece of garbage, and you have to be nice or you have to ask for a refund. And I don't think she gave refund as an option, and she has to in my mind. Yeah.
It's time for What the Hallmark is, where we wonder what could have been. Maybe happy to give some clarity to any questions that we still have. Brian?
Yeah, that German postal worker who was great, a lot of fun. He, at one point...
He's the only worker for the German post. He's the only one.
That's all they need.
Yeah, that's all they need. It was a bit. I would have made it a wait what, but it was clearly a bit that they keep getting this.
It was a hit.
It was a bit.
Yeah. It was a bit.
At one point, he starts a joke, and it goes, a penguin walks into a sauna, and that's it. That's all we get.
Yeah.
What? In this, I looked this up. Like, I couldn't find a joke.
I don't think there's a full joke there. I think that's all that there is.
I looked up other penguin jokes, and I found a couple good ones.
Yes. Give me one. Hit me.
All right. What do penguins sing at their birthday parties?
Happy birthday.
How'd you know? No. Fran, guess?
Something like waddle, waddle, waddle.
Close.
Waddle, waddle, waddle. Waddle, waddle.
Freeze, a jolly good fellow.
That's terrible.
Please.
Right,
real
this
bad.
This one's good.
Where's Joke Scotty from Christmas Morning?
This one will get you good. Which of the penguin's relatives always gets the most visitors?
The emperor penguin. I don't know.
I don't know. Tell me.
Antarctica. Or you would say Aunt.
I would say Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Nailed it. If you say Antarctica, the joke doesn't work, and I want to make sure you understand
There is
that, right?
a perverted
Okay,
one that I won't say.
Great.
Maybe I'll share it in the double decker.
Pervert. This is what I was
This is right.
talking
Your
about.
cheeks and lip.
I
Still thinking about it.
knew where Brian was at this morning.
I won't go there.
I knew what he was Googling.
Yep.
I'm seeing in the chat that she did offer a refund as an option.
Oh,
So she did
covered all
offer
their
that as an
bases.
option. Yeah. So good.
So
Good
you
for them.
liked it.
Yeah. That clearly.
He liked it.
That was my issue for sure. Yeah.
This is a question that I could easily get answered by talking to somebody from the postal machine. How does insurance on handmade goods
That's my
work?
problem. Yeah. To answer the person in the chat is they said the insurance, what he said that,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure that their insurance exists. They never confirmed that it existed. They didn't. They say you want to buy insurance. He winks at her.
Yeah.
They never confirmed that
Right.
existed.
Fly-by-night
And so I do
carrier.
have an issue there. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't like one, does it exist? I guess but two, when you're making your own glass
Yeah, how do you
ornaments
value that?
and you're setting the prices, how does that like, I'm sure there's a system to it, but like, how do you even price that out? Do you just say, hey, here's how much I'm selling it for? Like, I don't know how that works exactly. Or is it just the price on the goods it costs to make, and then you just lose all that labor? I don't know.
Yeah.
Dan?
I want to know about the Heidelberg Christmas market selection process. I think it's weird she didn't get in for 10 years. Her grandma gets her in, and then her setup is basically a disaster. Everything's broken. She's got to offer refunds. And apparently all the word of mouth is so positive they have her back. I guess I just want to know how that works. Is there someone else who's been working for 10 years who maybe should have gotten a shot instead of the woman that came and sold a bunch of stuff and now has to give refunds? I feel like there's something going on there that isn't part of process and is more a doing a favor for grandma. And I would love to know that information.
We did, everybody. Congratulations. Now, ornaments broke. What happened behind the scenes? I don't know. Was it a fight? Only one person can tell us. It's time for Fighting Chance with Vic Webster.
Fighting chance with Vic Webster. A fighting chance with Vic Webster. Was the fighting in the movie? Did someone get hurt? It's a fighting chance with Vic Webster. A fighting chance with Vic Webster. A fighting chance with Vic Webster. Vic Webster.
The best part was when the ninjas came out to save the heroes from the bad guys. Yeah, that was just my dream last night. This movie didn't have any of that.
A fighting chance with Vic Webster. Vic Webster.
Oh, man. Vic.
Great job, Vic.
He mixed
Gotta
up
love Vic.
his dream in the movie. It gets you sometimes.
classic.
It gets you sometimes. It does.
We've all been there.
Yeah, we
We've
have.
all been there. We are off tomorrow, but we're back on Sunday. You might be asking why. Because Lifetime Christmas season kicks off tomorrow right here on Philo. Head to philo.tv/DTH. Check out the first Lifetime movie of the year, Christmas Plus One, and then watch our review on Christmas Plus One on Sunday here on Philo or wherever you listen to podcasts. It is now with Up TV, Hallmark, Lifetime. We are really
We're
in
it now.
So just nonstop Christmas fun through the end
And
of the
I can
year.
take it from
I'm all
here,
about
Bran.
it.
Until next time, maybe we're the first to wish you a Merry Christmas. Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.